Welcome to week 5, where we are going to be focusing on the concept of scholarship as conversation. I want to share with you one of the examples I have of how scholarship evolves over time. I was doing a book chapter on student persistence as it relates to the library, and I noticed that Vincent Tinto was an expert in persistence and retention research, whose original articles were cited by everybody else that I read. A lot of work was completed by George Koo with the American Association of Colleges and Universities to identify high-impact practices universities could employ to help retain students. And that work, again, was based on Tinto's original research. I became curious because his research was published decades ago to see if he had written anything more currently about student persistence, and indeed I found an article and discovered that he had really shifted in his thinking about it. And he had shifted in his thinking in ways that could definitely impact implementation of programs like George Koo's high-impact practices. And yet, the updated readings were almost never cited by current authors about student persistence. So, as you are exploring adult learning theories, as you are forming your own ideas and beliefs based on your experience and the way theories you're discovering apply to your experience, keep in mind that these conversations take place over time, that there are many voices that may shift the way the discipline thinks about core principles. And going back to week 1, there may be underrepresented voices that are harder to find, that need to be included definitely in the conversations taking place about the discipline and the way it's implemented in practice. So that's an example. This week you're testing this out, looking at andragogy and pedagogy, taking a position and finding resources that support that position or examples that support that position, and then reflecting on the positions that your fellow students post and rethinking what your foundational beliefs might be in light of what they've shared. In addition to the discussion board activity about andragogy and pedagogy, there's also an activity, the synthesis matrix, that is designed to give you practice for the literature review that will be due 1 week from Sunday. Again, an opportunity to practice skills and for me to give you feedback before you actually complete the project. And so I've been hearing from a number of students who are feeling overwhelmed, both by being engaged with their first graduate level course that has different expectations for resources that you use to support your learning. The pace of the course, which, if you remember, is a 6-credit graduate course. It's like taking 2 courses at once. And so I want you to remember we started the course off with a reading by Carol Kulthau that talked about the emotional responses to learning. And I encourage everyone who's feeling overwhelmed to stick with the course. Hang in there. It gets better. We're also at the halfway point of the course, and every other cohort that I've taught hits a point of feeling overwhelmed right about now. So it's a normal part of this learning process, pushing yourself, engaging with new ideas, engaging with and developing new skill sets. So maybe it'll help if you know you're not alone. I'm going to start grading your and reviewing and giving feedback on your scholarly article worksheets that you turned in, as well as the discussion boards. And with this post introducing the week, you will also find a summary of the learning theories each of you shared, including the strengths, weaknesses, and applications that you came up with for those theories. I'm always delighted to see that there's a lot of variety and to see where students have been able to take their personal interests, personal goals for why they're pursuing this degree and integrate those into the activity of the week. It's fantastic. So I hope you have a good week. I will be posting a mid-course feedback survey sort of thing. It's anonymous, and it's an opportunity for you now to reflect on the first 4 weeks of the course and give me some feedback about what has been working best for you, what maybe hasn't been working for you. If you can identify areas of the course that seemed less clear, we use this information both to improve what happens for the remainder of the quarter with this particular section of the course, and also reflect on it so that the course can be iteratively designed and improved for future quarters and sections. So I really would appreciate having your feedback if you could take 5 or 10 minutes to reflect on that and do that. And that can be done any time before Sunday would be great. There's not really a timeline on that. So thank you so much. Reach out to me, reach out to Ask a Librarian, get the help that you need to support your learning.